thank you guys so much for joining us. For those of you who don't know, I am Jamie Weiland from Integrative Health and Wellness right here in Westmoreland County. And I usually meet up with you guys to talk with the two doctors that are here, Dr. Colin Kinsales and or Dr. Sara Vibona. But today I get a special guest because you're not either one of them.
Nope.
So this is one of my good friends, Lindsay. And it's so cool that I get to call you, I really would call you a friend.
I agree.
And we haven't hung out outside of here. No. You know, like both of us are a bit too busy, I feel like, to hang out anyway.
Yep.
But I see you from coming in here because you're one of Dr. Sara's patients.
I come a lot.
And it's so cool because I feel, this whole atmosphere, like being here in Integrative Health and Wellness, like for people who've never been here, I feel like it's a true family practice.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But it's really not just because like patients like you bring, and me, that we don't just bring our families. It's because like everybody who comes here, it's like you become family.
You do, and you make so much progress while you're here that you're so grateful. It's amazing. It is like family.
It is, and then like you're celebrating health issues. So like, what's more important than your health? And so, so I'm so glad you're joining us today. I'm super excited about you.
I'm pretty excited.
So is it your first go live?
It is my first go live. I'm a little bit nervous.
The cool thing about go lives, I have to say, is that whenever there are bloopers and you mess up, you just have to go with it. It's not like there's no retakes, which is kind of cool because you just have to get over it.
So here we go.
So here we go. So tell me tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. So I'm a mom. I'm a wife, a mom. I work a full-time job. Sometimes my full-time job is a little more than full-time. Sometimes there are long hours, but you know, we like to live a really active lifestyle. We like to be outside. We like to be outside in the winter, in the summer, and we like to just do a whole lot of different things. So, you know, I was getting. Jumping ahead, Jamie.
Okay.
I was getting a little to the point where I thought I wasn't going to be able to do some of those things because I wasn't feeling the hottest. So
let's back up for a minute,
okay.
and I'm going to have you scoot because I see we're not in the middle. We're off centered, so come my way a little bit. There we go.
We're better?
We're better. So, okay, so your active lifestyle is different than my active lifestyle.
Yeah.
Okay. And I know this because when your husband comes here, he has a truck that has a rack on it.
Yes.
So that you guys go canoeing.
Yes, we go kayaking. And we go whitewater rafting, and we spend a lot of time in Ohio Pow and anywhere there are rivers or ski slopes or any of those fun things. Yeah, we like to do all that. We like to be outdoors doing really somewhat high adventure stuff.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So me, like my active means I went outside and shot the soccer ball around for a little bit. So
we do that too.
Yeah.
You know, we like soccer. We play a lot of soccer.
Okay. So active lifestyle, you're a busy mom, and why, like, what were you feeling like before you came here?
Okay. So I was basically feeling like I was succumbing to getting old, and that the things that were happening to my body were just the natural process of getting old. I was gaining weight and I couldn't get it off, which had never really happened before. I was taking more and more allergy pills every week than I had ever before because my allergies were getting worse and worse and worse. And I got what I thought was sinus infections all the time. And I didn't feel healthy. I was aching, I was tired, and I just kept saying, well, my job is kind of stressful and I'm getting old. So this must be what happens when you know, you're under stress and you're getting older. And I was wrong. And I'm so excited that I was wrong. I'm so excited to find out that I was wrong.
I'm laughing just because anybody who doesn't know you and is watching this is going to be like, that she was tired.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, because you're so high energy. And so I think, people are going to be like, how do I get in there to get that?
Yeah. No,
right?
I was tired all the time. All I wanted to do was sleep or nap or, you know, just rest because I ached and I was tired or I was sick. And then when I would get really sick, really weird things would start happening. I would start getting hives and things that had never happened in all of my life. And I had no idea. And the doctors kept saying, not these doctors, my PCP kept saying.
Different doctors.
Different doctors kept saying, oh, it's just a coincidence, or there was no explanation. There was no information either. And that was really challenging for me to accept, that all these weird things were coincidences and nobody could tell me anything about them.
Okay. And so I know you see Dr. Sara, and I want to ask you, like, what some of the things, I guess, I know it's so funny because you and I were just talking before, and I don't want to jump ahead, but like you and I were talking, you know, before here, is just the techniques here are so unique.
Oh, yeah.
And did you come to a class? Like, we have a class, actually Dr. Sara is teaching a class right now. So every Wednesday when I'm here, even when I'm not here, every Wednesday at 5:30, one of the doctors is out in our foyer teaching a class, and it's just explaining what they do, how they do it, and then the science behind why their techniques work. So did you go to one of those classes?
So I actually went to a class that was hosted, it was hosted by my friend, but we ended up having it at my house.
Okay.
So Dr. Sara came out to the house and did the presentation, and we almost had like a girls' night with it. And it was really fun and really cool, and we all left totally amazed. We were like, what did she just do? You know, we didn't understand it at first, but now I get it and I understand it. And it is unique. You have to have an open mind. But once once you see progress, there's no question that it works. So that part was really amazing. And then, of course, we all started researching it and saying, oh, okay, this stuff is really...
There really is science behind it.
Yeah, a lot of science. So I'm a former science teacher, so I need that little bit of science. And I got it, and I found it, and I got it in my own results too.
Yes.
So
I remember, like, when you first started coming, I do remember the hives, because that was one of the things, like, you... I remember you were getting sick often, and then you had these hives. You couldn't get rid of these hives, and it's so funny because I feel like, you know, when people come here, a lot of times it's just because they've run out of options. There's nowhere else to turn to, and so you turn to these unique options that you have a mind of, like, I don't care, just make me better.
Yeah.
And you were willing when you came to try different things, and it's like that. It was like the third visit is like you're like aha, like the aha moment, right? Like, I can't believe that this worked, or this got rid of that, or this is helping me here when nothing else did.
Yeah.
You know.
Absolutely.
And so it's so cool to have the aha, but you do have to, I want to say, like, be open to some different techniques.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think the biggest thing is you have to trust the doctors.
Yes.
And I know that's tough when you don't know them, but you know, there have been so many recommendations for these folks, and it's so important that you do come in with that open mind, because the progress will happen. It will happen very quickly, and then you'll realize that it's all good stuff. You know.
So I found out you've been coming here 8 months now.
Okay.
So it's been 8 months since your first appointment.
I didn't know that.
Which I even think, like, I'm like, oh, I can't believe I've been here 8 months, like, working here for 8 months. It's the craziest thing. But how do you feel now compared to how you felt when you first came in?
So I feel totally different. I have a heck of a lot more energy, which is pretty amazing. You know, when you have a young kid and you don't have energy, you feel pretty crappy, because they want to play. Right. And you just want to rest. So I feel so much better. I was taking 3 allergy pills a day. Wow. 3 allergy, one in the morning, a 24-hour one in the morning as well, and one before bedtime. I haven't taken an allergy pill since probably November, which was probably five months ago.
Wow.
You know,
that's
or
awesome.
November, December, who knows? But yeah, I haven't taken an allergy pill. Turned out I was allergic to one of my allergy pills.
Oh.
But so I haven't taken an allergy pill. I haven't had really any issues. My aches and pains are completely gone. And that's huge progress too. I'm wearing sneakers. I know you can't see that right now, but I'm wearing sneakers, and sneakers used to make my back ache like uncontrollably. Like I wouldn't be able to wear sneakers. I don't know why, but now I wear my sneakers all the time. They're so comfy, and they don't make my back ache. So I feel so much better. It's hard to describe, because I literally had sort of succumbed to that idea that I was just getting old. and that I was going to wake up achy and I was going to ache during the day, and that doesn't happen anymore, and that's amazing.
It's so crazy because I feel like there are, like, we're just used to what you're used to. It's like how you feel becomes your normal. And even I coming here, like, even now, I mean, it's been over a year and I'm still transitioning with so many different things and different ideas, you know, and I'm just, you know, very stubborn and slow to learning. But like, I didn't realize what good felt like.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know how else to say, like, I didn't know what good felt like, because I just thought my normal was normal.
Right.
Agreed.
So like, my allergies were my allergies and they weren't going anywhere.
You just had to find a way to deal with them, but now you don't have them.
I don't have them. Yeah. The only thing that I haven't tested myself on is cats. I haven't been around cats.
Oh, okay.
So I was very allergic to cats, but I have had no issues this spring with pollen, with really anything.
And so you went through like a liver detox.
I did.
With Dr. Sara.
Yeah.
And so I know, like, a lot of times, like, they'll talk about how, you know, when your liver is just overloaded with different things, then that's when, like, the allergies come out, that's when the hives come out, like, because we're just so overloaded. So we do like a detox. And I know recently you just did a 21-day cleanse.
I did. I'm on my last few days.
I'm
on day like 19, I think.
And how's that going?
It's actually much better than I expected.
She was so reluctant to try this 21-day cleanse, but I really felt like you were already eating similar.
I was. Yeah.
Okay. And it really is eye-opening, I feel like, to do this cleanse. The cleanse isn't for everybody, let's be clear. It took me a long time to accept the idea of doing it, but it's not bad, and it just reset everything for me and opened my eyes to different ways of eating.
Absolutely.
And you're like that. Like this, I feel like you coming here through your transition here, your eating is different.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I know that I cannot go back to, I thought I was eating healthy before, but I really wasn't eating that healthy. When I examined how much of the food that I was eating either contained sugar or turned into sugar, after I ate it, I was eating a heck of a lot of sugar. And I had no idea. You know, I thought I could say I ate healthy,
right?
But I really couldn't say that. You know, that really wasn't what I was doing.
I love when you come in, because I just love it, because when you came in, I know, because I was there, right? I was the one you met when you came in, and you were just a little reluctant, like a little shy to it. But now there's just a glow and a vibrancy that's super cool. And your family comes here.
Oh, my whole family. Yeah, my whole family.
I mean, your entire family, even your mother-in-law is traveling.
Yes, from New York.
To come here. I mean, it's so amazing. So some of the things I just wanted you to share was, like, what are some of the things that you bring your son here for?
So my son was dealing with a lot of, super healthy kid. You know, from my perspective, super healthy kid, never really gets sick, doesn't even really get a sniffle, but he was always dealing with some like stomach intestinal stuff. So Dr. Sara is he just started about a month or two ago, but she is working through all of that, and he is seeing relief every time that he comes here. Every time he's tested, he makes more progress. So, you know, that's getting resolved for him, which is amazing. My husband comes here as well. He has been dealing with a couple things. Some of the things were sports injuries. He was a kayak racer on the world's team, actually.
And I didn't know that.
Yeah. He hurt his elbow. So that's kind of how he started. He was missing. He loves that. That's his favorite thing to do, is to get on the water and kayak. Like, that's when he's at his best. And he was dealing with some muscle issues. So she was working through that with him. Those resolved. And then he ended up in the woods at our house with a tick bite. And we all know where that tends to go. But, you know, Dr. Sara made all of these recommendations. And when he listened, he was fine. Then the holidays hit. And he decided not to listen on the holidays. It was too much fun to not listen to the strict diet over the holidays, and he paid the price. And as soon as he came back to Dr. Sara, it was back to normal. So it was a pretty significant. We've actually had several of those, several significant things that when we listen to the doctors, things go really well. And when we decide to not listen or not do what they've recommended, we feel totally different. And I kind of feel like that is a good thing for us. It's a reminder of how our bodies work, and how, what you put in your body, what you do with your body every day really, really, really affects how you feel. And so in a sense, it's kind of a good thing. Like when we decide that we're going to be bad or, go off of some of the recommended things.
And I feel like, okay, so I know so you said like a strict diet, and I just want to clarify.
Only at times.
Right. It's only whenever.
It's only when needed. So don't get scared of a strict diet, because feeling better is way better than a strict diet. So don't be scared of a strict diet, because I was still allowed to eat almost everything. I had to make some small changes.
Right? I mean, like, you and I talk about the diet thing a lot, because you're allowed to eat things that I'm not allowed to eat.
I can have potatoes.
Yeah, potatoes.
You can't.
At least not now, and that's what I feel is so nice about here is, before I would, think negatively about like the food thing. And now, I mean,
I love it.
Yeah.
I actually love it.
It's the coolest thing that it makes me responsible for how I feel. And I too, like you were saying about the aches and pains and the shoes, I'm the exact same way. My story is very similar.
Yeah.
And it's not because it was one certain diet or one certain treatment. It's that the techniques are so different that they're so catered to us.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
And so, what you can have, I can't, and vice versa. And only at certain times, like right now, my little Manny, he can't have wheat, but only for a certain time.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I love that they're so skilled in finding out specifically what is happening. So it's very cool. I love that our whole families come. I think it's just such a life changer. If you had to like tell anybody like who's never been here before, if you had to say like one thing, or you wanted them to know one thing about the office, what would you tell them about coming in here?
So I think I would probably say to definitely keep an open mind, because I remember my first appointment, and I remember thinking, actually my first two appointments, I remember thinking, this girl's like way younger than me, Dr. Sara. Okay, there's no way she's gonna know what's going on in my body. There's no way. This has been going on for ages. What is gonna happen here? I was really, really skeptical. I had my initial appointment, and then at my follow-up appointment, she talked about my liver a whole bunch, and I'm listening, and I'm taking all these notes, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to try this. And then she stops talking, and I say, well, that's all fine and dandy, but I didn't come here for my liver. I don't have liver issues. I came here for my allergies and for my sinus infections and for all these strange things that are happening when I get sick. And she said, that's all your liver. And so I did a little research, and of course she was right on, and I started right away.
Yeah.
And I saw instant results. So I think that you have to keep an open mind. I think that's number one, is to come in thinking that and knowing that you're going to see progress. You're going to see significant progress in your own health if you do what's recommended.
I always say, like, too, is that when there are people that will come here, and if they have something that either one of the doctors don't feel like they can help with, they tell you that they don't think that this is something that they can help with. And I love that, because they're not, it's like they're so set in their ways and have all this,
Right.
There's none of that here. And they're both just so brilliant. So, and she is such a bookworm. It's just amazing.
I'm reading some of the books she's recommended now. I'm addicted to her books. So
don't say the title, but I am reading that too.
Oh yeah?
And I'm so
I
know I was going to ask
it.
you about it after this because I couldn't put it down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's changing my life actually in the way I think about things and the way I view things, and it's wonderfully awesome. So
and the way I react to things. Too.
Yes.
So
yeah, it is.
It's good stuff,
and it's just overall health. Like I feel like when we come here, they test you for emotions that could be affecting you physically, because that happens too, right?
I spent about a month working on some emotions that were affecting my health, and it was really pretty interesting. I definitely, some of them I didn't want to say out loud, but I knew exactly what they were. And I knew that, and I didn't have to, but I knew what those blocks were.
Yeah.
And to work through those and feel relief from some of those things, that was pretty amazing. I forgot about that.
It's so
not
crazy.
only was I was working on emotions and liver.
Yeah, so it's like this overall well-being and learning how to not just eat right for your body or for what you're going through at this particular time, but then to get the adjustments so you're aligned right, so your body's working right, and then to deal with the toxins that are going on, whether it's emotionally, spiritually, physically. It's just so awesome to have this one-stop shop. But it is I just love it, like, and I love that I get to like hang out all day with people like you who are just like me and came here skeptical and true believers that can't shut up about it because it's just so amazing.
I've probably got about 7 friends here now. At this point, I'm not sure, but they're all seeing great progress as well.
The family, it's like the family practice.
Yeah, it really is, and we don't use our PCPs anymore, and they're still there, and we'll still, if we need them, we will use them. We're not totally
it's not like you're against them.
No, not at all.
We're
just seeing really good progress, and we feel good about the things we're putting in our body.
Yep.
I got a little tired of, let's just do an antibiotic and prednisone. I'm like, I don't want any more prednisone. So let's try something else. And it's working and it's effective, and that's what I want for the rest of my family too.
Right.
So we need to make sure that we do it.
Yeah,
it's
for
important.
Sure. Well, hey guys, that is all the time we have.
That's it.
Oh,
see,
my goodness,
that was so quick.
She was really nervous about the go live. It's not a big deal.
No, not at all.
So I'll just put her on the spot here. If you guys have any questions for Lindsay, you can shoot them off to us. I'll make sure that she gets them and that she can get back to you. I do want to just give a plug here. If you guys are interested in learning more, about the doctors here, you can give us a call, 724-205-6260. I'll be the one answering the phone. You don't have to pay anything for the class. It's every Wednesday night if you want to learn more. But save your seat because it's right here in the foyer, so space is limited. And you guys are more than welcome to just DM us if you have any questions or have any other topics you would like me to talk with either Lindsay or the docs about. All right. Good.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye.